back. It's going to be part 3 of premium farming. So there's some stuff that's happened between now and the last video, and I want to get you up to date. So let's go. All right, so we're going to do a quick recap. Right, so back in December, I sold $7.50 puts for BCTX. I'll open that up right here, and you can see 750, and I sold 8 contracts, and each contract was $231, which gives us that total of the $1,800. Now, I was going to be happy if this went up, I'd say between 75 and 80%. That was going to be my exit zone. So instead of writing this all the way to the end, I was going to wait till I at least made about 70 to 80%. And you always want to have an extra exit plan for when you're doing this, because if you don't have an exit plan, you don't know when you're supposed to get out of the trade. So mine was going to be that 70, 80%. That means that when it came time to buy this back, I was going to be paying about $400, and then the rest of whatever between the 400 up to the 1842 is going to be my profit. So if you go back to the very beginning, right, I bought 200 shares of BCTX at, there you go, for $1,800. Okay. Then my next step was I sold 2 covered calls at a $10 strike for almost $400. So that's bettering my position. And then what I did was, about a few days later, I bought back my $10 strike call for $191. So here it is. I sold it for $392, and then about 4 or 5 days later, I bought it back for $191. Why did that happen? Because the stock price was up here and then started going down. And as it went down, my $10 strike, the value of it to whoever bought it from me went down. So what you're looking at is I made a profit. So essentially what happens is in that few days, I made a profit of about $201, right? And that's if you take the price I sold it at, subtracted the price I bought it back at. I think one of the fun things that I did do was this put right here, right? $7.50 put that I had sold for $147, expired right there, expired worthless a few days later. So that's $147 in my pocket because I sold a put that expired in, look at that, it's the 14th when I did it. It expired on the 17th. So only in a few days I was able to, I think it was just a couple of contracts. Let me see. Yeah, so this is that BCTX put, right, at 750 strike. Okay. I had sold 3 contracts, and those 3 contracts made me about $147, and it expired worthless in a few days. So with that luck I was having, I went ahead and sold more $7.50 contracts, because I figure, what the hey, if I have to buy it, it will go back up to almost $10 again in like a month or so, maybe 2 months. So that's what I did. I sold, let me see how many puts. I sold those 8 contracts, okay, and that got me $1,800. Now if I back out, I didn't, my exit strategy at that 75 to 80% happened right around, oh, no, yeah, right around here. So the stock started going back up. It was around $8 a share. It shot up to $9 a share, and once it hit $9.50, that's when the contracts that I sold lost so much value that I was able to buy them back for $320. So I sold them for $1,800, and then I bought them back to close them out for $320. We'll just give it like a nice round number. So 1,800, right? A rough number. That's what I sold them for. Plus, oh, we should make that green. Hold on. There we go. Green. 1,800. Okay, so sold them for $1,800. Okay. When I bought them back for $320. Just rough estimate. Okay. That means my total profit, we'll make that green, is going to be $14.80. So out of this one trade, or this one deal over the last couple months, it's maybe $14.80. And like I said, I'm only dealing with like 8-9 contracts here and there, nothing too big. Like when you start getting into the 40-50 contract range, you have to have a lot of capital reserve in your account to be able to cover if you get assigned. But that's going to be more than what I've got in my account to be able to cover assignment. So I try to keep my speculation bets small, or at least not too large, in case they do take a hit. But again, if you're selling puts, you're not really taking a hit, because if you get assigned, as soon as you get it, you can roll your put option further along, so you don't have to be stuck with purchasing them. But if you do purchase them, the shares, you could purchase them and then immediately go sell covered call contracts at the strike price above whatever you would need to recoup your transaction. So this is going to be the actual shares that I bought way back in December. So if you look at it, I originally spent $1,809. The current value of it is $2,000, right? It had 11% increase, but that's not what I'm really worried about. I bought those so that way I had collateral for selling the covered calls, which I still have that $10 strike covered call, which right now, $10 strike, is in the money because the stock is trading at, I think, $10.16. But if you look at it, when I sold this covered call, I made $4.80. The stock isn't going up fast enough to be able to recoup the premium paid. So I think it would have to be around $12 a share to be able to break even. So it's not going to get to that. But the cool part about this is I still have a few months. So when July 15th is when this supposedly expires. And by then it'll probably dip again, which I'm going to be waiting for it to dip back down to the $8 mark again before I sell puts, because that way I'll be able to get the highest premium or most amount of money for those puts. And then this right here is going back to the actual shares of BCTX. You can see that the most recent price is $10.06 per share. And when I got into the actual transaction, I was able to get into it at around $9.05 a share. So yeah, making a little bit of a profit here and there. That's all I got for right now with BCTX. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. If you want to see more of these, let me know what it is that you're looking to do, and I'll try to make a video on it. All right. Bye, guys.